Okay, now probably the most important thing that I want to share with you is the idea of keywords and adding keywords to your posts. I always include keywords with my post. If it's an After Effects post, I'll include those words. Same for Cinema 4D or motion graphics, for example. And why would you do that? Well, that leads me to the next most powerful aspect of Twitter, and that's being able to search for and follow keywords. There are millions of people chatting on Twitter every day, and it's an absolute no-brainer to know if people are talking about you or your company or your product. And there are a number of ways to do this. A couple that I know of are TweetGrid and Twilert and also Twibes. Now the first one is TweetGrid, and what TweetGrid allows you to do is type in keywords, and TweetGrid gives you a real-time search of those keywords. Now you can see that it's already included Twitter as a keyword, and if you watch closely you'll see this updates regularly because people are obviously using the word Twitter in their tweets. I'm going to type in MotionWorks and search for that. I'm going to type in After Effects and search for that, and Cinema 4D and search for that, motion graphics, and so on and so forth. You can see already it's given me a whole list of tweets from all around the world which include those words, and you can see MotionWorks is in one of my tweets here with Cinema 4D. Now I just mentioned to Tim Clapham, one of the probably the world's best Cinema 4D users and host of the upcoming Making It Look Great 6 for Cinema 4D and After Effects. I said to Tim that if he's tweeting about things to do with Cinema 4D, that he should include the words Cinema 4D. And because he did that, that tweet appeared in this search. His previous tweet only included displacement using splines, and people are much less likely to search for the words displacement and splines, and they're far more likely to search for the words Cinema 4D. So it's important to include those keywords in your tweet so people can find them. When I did my first Cinema 4D tweet, only a few minutes later I found that Maxon was following me. So obviously Maxon had been searching for the keyword Cinema 4D. So that's one way of searching for keywords. Another way that I use is Twilert. And what Twilert allows you to do is receive regular email updates containing your brand, product, service, etc., or any keyword that you want to search for. And the great thing about Twilert is that you get a daily email with all of the tweets that have included the keywords that you're following. So what I do is I quickly scan these every morning to see if there's any of interest. And what you'll often find is that people will ask questions about your product or your company or other keywords that you're following, and this is a great way to help them. You can see here this guy says simple After Effects work needed, paid gig, must have fast turnaround. So what I can do is click on his link, and here's the tweet here, and I can just click on this arrow here and respond to him. So I can ask him about the job or say I'm available or whatever. And more than likely that person will start following you, and then they'll tweet about you to their followers, and their followers will become your followers. So you're starting to get the idea here, right? There's a great example of the power of keywords and companies following keywords, which happened right here in Australia with the Commonwealth Bank. What happened was a guy complained on Twitter just using pretty much one sentence. He said, CBA, FUCKED, up my loan approval. So we're still waiting to exchange contracts. And amazingly, it says an hour and 17 minutes after that went live, someone from the bank called him and he got his loan approved the next day. So the Commonwealth Bank was obviously following Twitter, and they found that complaint and they actioned it. So what a great example of following keywords. One other recent site that I found was twibes.com. And this is basically Twitter groups based on keywords. And you can create your own groups, or you can join other people's groups and follow what that group is tweeting about. Now, even though I've started up this Twibe here for Cinema 4D, I'm not totally convinced that this is the best way to use Twitter. Mainly because, as a founder, I get to use 3 keywords or 3 tags that must be included in a tweet for them to be included in this list. So anyone who is part of this TWIBE has to use the word cinema or 4D or C4D in this case. And that's kind of limiting, because if they don't use those words in their tweet, then it won't appear in this list. So if you are using TWIBE, if you are a founder, then you have to choose your tags very carefully, because you might be missing a whole lot of posts that people have made because they haven't included that keyword in their tweets. And the other key limitation of TWIBEs is that you're also missing the related keyword tweets from all the other people who aren't part of your tribe. And this really makes Twilert the better option. Okay, so it doesn't take much to be proactive on Twitter and really make it work for you. I hope you found that useful. Be sure to leave a comment here on MotionWorks so that everyone can share if you have other tips about Twitter, and make sure you tweet the URL to this post. But for now, this is John Dickinson from MotionWorks. Have fun, be creative, and I'll see you again soon.